We are.
There's a new Chewbacca bandolier strap. Fits over your shoulder for play and holds 10 action figures securely. Like new Princess Leia Organic and Re-Ease, each sold separately. It even has pouches.
New C-3PO collector's case Chewbacca bandolier strap.
Greetings and welcome to Chewy's Bandolier YouTube channel. I'm your host, Rob. I'm not alone tonight, so that's kind of fun. And we'll see if anybody else comes along over the course of the show too. But before I start, I just want to say a word for our friend Lael Rockwell over at the 1/6 Scale Man YouTube channel. He just suffered a loss in his family, and I just wanted to let him know that all of us all of our thoughts and prayers are with him and his family at this time. And we just wanted to let him know that we're all here for him, because he's part of the reason why I do this. Because he was one of the guys who was the most I want to say encouraging to get into this live streaming and YouTube space. So yeah, I owe him a lot, and I wanted to let him know that we love him and we want him to get through this as best he can. So all of our this show is going to go for Lael tonight. So on that note, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I am at 55 subscribers now, so that's great. So yeah, the more the merrier. So please join us and have fun when we're talking about our addictions and our, some of us have serious problem, obviously. But anyway, I'm not here by myself, so I'm going to bring on to the stage now Mr. Matt Veach from 6 Scale Shills. How are you tonight,
Rob.
sir?
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
I'm
good. Yeah. Thank you so much for having me on, bro. I really appreciate it. It's so kind.
Oh no, this is my pleasure. I'm used to doing this on my own, so this is a good change for for me. But
I'll give you a heads up. I'll actually be well more behaved than what I normally am with the Shields. Okay.
I've seen the show, so I certainly hope so.
I promise. Okay.
Oh, that's good. But yeah, so yeah, this is a first for us. We hadn't met face to face before this. We've seen each other on the YouTubes, but never actually did the live
collaborated together. Yeah,
I know. So here we are. But yeah, we might have another person joining us a little bit later on. I'm not sure. It just depends on his when he can get free. But we'll just go until he shows up, and if he doesn't, that's okay too. But so the first thing I want to get onto, because you can see in the thumbnail, it's been a pretty interesting last couple of weeks in terms of what's been released, or at least what's been announced. I don't know what the Hano line was for anymore, because it seems that Hot Toys has started a comics line. And that is sort of where we'll start today. I'm just gonna open this up, make sure I'm doing this correctly.
So Rob, do you think they have abandoned the Hano line?
I don't know. It's hard to say, because for me it just seems like, I mean, we still don't have the Thor.
I was going to say there was the teaser of Thor, and there's still yet again no announcement for it. No,
we're still waiting for Thor, exactly. And I'm sure that their intention was to start something like a at least one of the theories that we were kind of all subscribing to was that maybe they were doing a Secret Wars line, because the Black Suit Spider-Man, Wolverine, Magneto, and Iron Man, and all the characters that you could do a Secret Wars sort of a thing with them.
So apart from the symbiote Spider-Man that you got behind you, did you get any more of the other Hanos?
I do. I have Iron Man. He's sort of up there.
Yeah.
And then I have the brown and tan suit Wolverine. He's in there. I'm in the process of building a new case so that I can actually spread things out a little bit.
And did you get the 2 tiger stripes for Wolverine, the unmasked and regular?
No, I didn't. I was thinking about getting the unmasked one because I thought that was different. But in the end, I kind of just didn't do it. I wanted to get the yellow suit from the Deadpool and Wolverine line.
Yep.
So I wanted to get that, and I also got the brown suit from that right there. And I plan, if they ever do it, if they do the patch version of Wolverine or any of those other variants that they had in the movie, like the Age of Apocalypse one that they showed. I didn't get that one. I was thinking about getting that, but in the end, I let it go. In fact, Calvin was gonna sell. He had it on his thing, and he was gonna sell it to me, and I was gonna get his. And then someone else was really, really jealous, and I said, "Okay, let him have it. He can have it."
You're so nice, Rob.
Yeah. No, I mean, Wolverine is I've always loved Wolverine, but my first love is Star Wars. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna concentrate on that and the odd other thing that piques my interest, which brings us to this. So I don't know if this is, are you seeing what I'm seeing? No,
Not yet.
Okay. I'm gonna move that out of the way. Thought I did that. I did that wrong. Oh, here we are. There we go.
Beautiful.
So, yeah, Dark Knight Returns. A lot of people were a little bit annoyed. I did see some of the discourse online. Oh, quickly. Hello, Winman. It's good to see you. Thanks for joining us tonight. But yeah,
Winman's one of your regulars, isn't he?
He's been at all my live streams.
Yeah.
And granted,
That's
I haven't
awesome.
done that many yet, but he's always there. So I appreciate him. He's like he's going to be my, well, hopefully he's my first regular. But we'll see. But yeah, the black and gray Dark Knight Returns suit that came up, what was it, it came out a few months ago or last month. And a lot of people went for that one. I initially I was gonna get that one, and I had actually pre-ordered it, and then near the end, right before it got released, I kind of bailed on it because I don't know why. I just had a feeling that they were gonna go further with the line.
Yeah,
and I'm right. I was right. I
absolutely.
I got lucky, and there it was. But yeah, they announced the battle damaged Dark Knight.
So your preference is for this one, correct?
Yes, absolutely. Okay. My absolute preference is for the one with the bat logo with the yellow oval around it.
Yeah.
Because that one in this particular comic, that one stands out in my memory because I read this thing when it came out and I loved every second of it. But I just always remember it for having that the yellow with the black in the middle. And I still think they might actually do that one too.
Okay.
But I want to get this piece because the battle damage on this suit here is very specific. And if you know the comic, you know what I mean. This is the outfit that he's wearing when he's fighting the Joker at the end of the story, near the end of the story. And the damage to his suit is exactly that damage that we've got here on this figure. So I think there's a Joker coming.
And do you also think they'll do a clean version of this though?
No, I don't. I think if they do a clean version, I think it'll be with the yellow.
Yeah, okay.
I think they'll do it with the yellow for the clean version. And if they
but
do,
they will do the battle armor, won't they?
That was going to be my next point. The battle armor, that one will definitely, I'll be getting that.
Yeah.
It's funny because this particular comic, when it came out, I had kind of not fallen out of reading Batman, but I wasn't as into it anymore because it was still in the only live action Batman we'd had at that point was the 60s Batman TV show. And I was never a fan of campy Batman. I just never liked it. It just didn't do anything for me. Although I do look back on it now with there's some nostalgia there. But once the 70s hit and Neil Adams took over and things started to get darker and more serious, and you got more of the detective Batman and the more, I don't want to say adult tone, but definitely more.
I think that's accurate.
You think that's accurate? Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. Maybe more adult.
Yeah.
Like definitely leaning into the mysterious Batman as opposed to the superhero kind of Batman, bright colors and everything else. And that was kind of what I gravitated toward too. I just really enjoyed that. It just made more sense to me that if you're going to dress up as a bat, you'd want to be in darker colors to blend into the darkness. But yeah, it ended up being the iteration of Batman that I really, really loved. And I actually got to know Neil Adams for the last, I don't know, 15 years or so of his life. I started bumping into him at conventions all the time.
Oh, wow.
And it was always one of those things where he never had a lineup at his table. It was weird.
That is weird.
Because I guess people just, I don't know if the younger people just didn't know who he was.
Couldn't connect. Okay. Yeah, possibly.
There's that. Also the fact that, and he did admit this to me, that he didn't like doing convention sketches. He would do them. He would often sell pre-drawn art that he had done. But people would come and say, "Oh, can you do this? Can you do that?" And he really, really didn't like drawing live at all in the convention setting. So he would price his convention sketches at an exorbitant amount. And then, so nobody would want it. Or if they really did want, he was basically of the opinion that if you really want this, if you want to pay me this, I'll do it. And he did get some takers. It wasn't like no one ever.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he would. I mean, you're getting he would always do it was a full body sketch. Very rarely would he just do a head sketch, but once in a while, just a head sketch. But a head sketch would be like $150.
But there you go. You're getting a one-off piece, though.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. And that was his thing to not have to draw at conventions. But yeah, Neil Adams was a really, really nice guy. He was a really great guy. He was one of my comics heroes growing up. So I was thrilled to be able to say that I got to know him a little bit. I saw him practically every show that he did. So when we were, because I would do the shows every year, and 80% of the time he was always at the same shows I was. So it was great.
Okay, that's yeah.
So yeah, he's a really nice guy. But
so The Dark Knight Returns is probably one of the most iconic graphic novels of our time. How do you compare it to something like Hush?
Dark Knight Returns is such a departure from what Batman was at the time when it came out and what people had expected Batman to be at that time. It stands out, I think, in people's minds mostly because Frank Miller's artwork is very striking back then. And I would say a book like Hush, while excellent, I mean, I enjoy the story of Hush immensely. I thought, and Jim Lee's art is fantastic, but it didn't break new ground in terms of the characterization of Batman at that time. It was
true.
It was not, and I don't mean this to sound negative, although it might sound negative. I don't mean it in that way, but it was more of the same. I mean, Batman was a darker hero now that had been established, and that was basically Batman. Even to this day, that's that's Batman. He's a darker character. And I don't see them ever going back to the camp of the 60s. Let's put it that way. But
which is odd that they opted to do Batman and Robin or Batman Forever in live action films.
Yeah, which is why those movies didn't do well. Those movies get a lot of heat because of the fact that I think people thought they were too campy. They weren't used to that anymore
It put
because
you back to the Adam West era, yeah.
yeah, like the Bat credit card, like that kind of thing was, people would look at that and go, "Oh my God, not this." But yeah, so I mean, for that reason, I think the audience for Batman is a little more into the serious detective Dark Knight type of Batman, and I think that's going forward since Dark Knight Returns. That's pretty much all we've had. It's
So,
never.
what's your favorite live action iteration of Batman then, Rob?
There was a time I would have said Christian Bale. Um, I
Yeah.
do very much enjoy Christian Bale, um, and I do obviously have a nostalgic soft spot for Michael Keaton. But if I'm going based on most accurate to the comics representation, and I can't believe I would say this because I was not happy when I heard that he was cast, but Ben Affleck. I really think Ben Affleck has been the best comic accurate Batman in cinema that we've had.
Well, because it's very close to Miller's Dark Knight Returns.
It's close to the Dark Knight Returns. They obviously paid homage to that in
Yeah.
Batman v Superman. But it's also just I was a very very big fan of the animated Batman series, the from the early 90s and the Justice
Oh, the
League.
Brave and the Bold.
The Sorry, the Brave and the Bold.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about just the animated Batman
Oh, the anime.
series.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
the Tim Burton one. Or sorry, Tim Burton. Not Tim Burton. Tim. Oh, the name is gone. You know who I mean. Somebody in the chat knows who I mean. Someone's got to know who I'm talking about.
Bill,
Anyway,
initially I thought you were going to say Pattinson was going to be your favorite when you said you didn't like the casting. I was making reference to that to say year one
oh,
Batman. That's where I thought you were heading, actually.
I you know I think he is. I think Robert Pattinson's a fantastic actor. And I actually very much enjoyed the Batman. I thought it was really good. Um, I I guess I just prefer less of the seeing how his stuff works, if that makes any sense.
Yep.
Like with Pattinson's, I mean, the suit is clearly just a suit. It's just an armored suit.
Yep.
And bad guys would see that, because it's not like it's hidden. There's nothing that's sort of, he's got things on his forearms. You can see he's got like, I guess I don't know what those are. I never actually looked at that.
Yeah, I'm not sure myself, to be honest.
Yeah, but I mean, he's very heavily. It looks like an armored suit, and so while I like the realism, I think Batman lends itself to being a grounded, sort of realistic. You can do that with it. Like that's what Christian Bale's Batman was supposed to be too. It was more like a more realistic portrayal.
Yep.
Which I like, but I do miss the sort of fantastical elements of Batman, and a lot of his rogues gallery kind of leans into that, which is why we didn't get a lot of his rogues gallery in the Christian Bale movies, or I don't think we're going to get them in the Pattinson stuff.
No, because apparently Clayface is like a separate movie now altogether. So
yeah. Bruce Timm, that's it. Thanks, Winman. Yeah, Bruce Timm is the artist I was thinking of.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of my my sort of taste for Batman is the version we get in the Justice League animated series that they did with him, where he's kind of paranoid. He's got a contingency plan.
Well, the Doom animated movie is the great example of that.
Based on Tower of Babel, the comic run Tower of Babel, which is my favorite comics Justice League story ever. I love that story. But it literally shows who Batman is, and that he should be trusted by his team that he's going to have to like people with superpowers, he's going to have to take them out if something happens. So
Mm-hmm.
he's going to have those plans ready to go. And that comic run was fantastic and did that. It outlined that so well. I loved it. I loved that story. When they were saying that they were going to do Doom, what they called Doom, I was so excited because I was so happy I was going to get to see it animated
Yeah,
because like I said,
that was probably one of my favorite animated movies for
Mhm. Oh
Batman
yeah,
in particular. It was fantastic.
just for me, it all comes down to his last line in that, and it's in his last line in the comic as well. But when they're kind of after everything's happened, everything's settled, and everything's been done, and they're sort of giving him a not a they're basically bringing him in for a hearing with them, to decide whether or not they want to expel him from the Justice League.
Or still having part of, yeah.
Yeah, and he didn't apologize. They were trying to get him to apologize, and he refused.
No, he
And
didn't relent.
his line of, if you people can't see the potential threat that an out of control Justice League presents, then I don't need to wait for a decision. I don't belong here.
Mm.
And he walked away. And then he was only a part-time Justice Leaguer at that point. He would help them out once in a while, but he wouldn't
That's
be a
right.
regular member of the
He
team.
wasn't a regular member, no.
Yeah, because for that very reason. But yeah, like that's the characterization of Batman that I always liked, that I've always been sort of drawn to. And Affleck's Batman, that's what he was. That's why he was going after Superman in that movie. It was if you even think there's a 1% chance that Superman could go bad, he could take out the entire planet. So if there's even a 1% chance, you have to take that as an absolute certainty.
Yeah.
And it sounds extreme, but it's very pragmatic because it's absolutely true. If something were to happen to Superman, or he gets, mind controlled, or any number of other things, who knows? You never know.
Well, the resurrection in Justice League shows that example.
Yeah.
They weren't able to contain him, so.
So there you go. But yeah, that's my version of Batman that I've always liked. But I give that the fact that it got to there in the comics is because of Dark Knight Returns, because of what Frank Miller did, and the fact that it went to that extreme. Of course, because he's older by this point, and Ren's telling.
Hey, Renz.
Hey, Renz, how's it going? But yeah, because it went to that extreme, yeah, they had to put it in Elseworlds kind of a thing, right? Like it can't be part of the Batman main timeline because it doesn't work going forward. It's meant to be a one-off story.
You're right. Yeah.
Which I think that's what it should be. So but yeah, I don't have anything that, there's no current run of Batman that I've taken to as much as, I would say, the last run of Batman that I really enjoyed reading was the one where Dick Grayson took over as Batman after, when they thought he was dead. Oh, we lost you, Matt. Uh-oh. Okay, well, he'll be back. Yeah, the when Dick Grayson took over, when they thought that Bruce was dead, that whole him coming back through time storyline, which I thought was kind of weird, but at the same time, I enjoyed it. But I more enjoyed it for the fact of Dick Grayson as Batman. I thought and Damian Wayne was his Robin, and the interaction between the two of them was, I loved it. I loved how they kind of bounced off of each other. They it was an entertaining read. I really enjoyed it, and it kind of did bring me back to a slightly lighter tone of Batman, not to the point where we get to the campy 60s, but just the fact that that it was oh,
Should be back. There we
There
go.
you go.
Don't know what happened there. I dropped out.
No, that's all right. I was just saying that the last run that I liked was the when Dick Grayson took over, when they thought Bruce Wayne was dead. This is about, I'm gonna say, maybe maybe more, maybe 10 years ago. It's been a while, and they did
Yeah.
that thing, Bruce Wayne coming back, but he had to come back through time, and it was Bruce Wayne in different eras as he was fighting to get back to the present. It was a weird story, the Batman, because he was like a bat god at one point. It was strange. It was strange, but it did give us Dick Grayson as Batman for a while, and I liked that slightly lighter tone of it as well, just because being that he's Dick Grayson and he's just more, he talks more. He's not Bruce. And so it was very reminiscent to me of 70s Batman, where it was dark, but it was he said more. He spoke more. It wasn't quite so doom and gloom all the time. And I appreciated that, and I really liked Dick Grayson's turn as Batman.
So, Rob, you're obviously way more knowledgeable than me. How many people have taken the mantle as Batman?
In regular continuity, it's been obviously it's Bruce Wayne,
Yep.
then Dick Grayson, Jean Paul Valley,
Yeah.
who else? I think, is that it?
Did Todd take it at any point?
No, Jason Todd was never Batman, not to my
Okay.
knowledge.
Okay.
Unless I've kind of not read a lot of Batman comics in the last, I'd say, 10 years. So
Okay.
unless they did something recently with him, but I don't think they did.
Okay.
But I mean, yeah, I think that's it. I think it was because Azrael was Batman, Dick Grayson was Batman, Bruce Wayne is Batman. I mean, if you Absolute Batman is a different guy.
Yep.
But that's like, again, that's another kind of an Elseworlds type story. So it's different. But yeah, it's.
What is your take on the whole Absolute universe?
I like it because it's different. I'm glad that it's not part of the regular continuity, just because it's so extreme. I just don't. For me, I wouldn't. It's a little bit dour at times. I wouldn't want that to be Batman going forward, because he's not rich. He has no money. He's the son of he's a construction worker.
He's very much a regular guy. Yeah, he's not this billionaire.
Yeah, it's I don't know if you mean me or Chewbacca, but I don't think either would work.
Come on, Rob, I could see you with the cow.
Oh yeah, I don't have the chin for it. But no, it's Batman has been pretty much Bruce Wayne the entire time. I don't think anybody that's taken up the cowl other than him has ever been in it long enough to really make a permanent mark on that character, with the exception, of course, of Azrael, which was, I mean, the Nightfall storyline was pretty harsh at times. But you remember him because he changed everything about Batman. So it was kind of the point of that comic. But that's kind of the thing.
In relation to the figure, though, I obviously pleased that we got a unmasked sculpt.
Yes, that was my other. I love the sculpt. I am all over this. I think it looks amazing. I can't believe, like, one of the good things about doing a comics accurate line, which is what they seem to be doing with this particular line, is that you don't have to get the rights to the likenesses of actors.
Yes.
Because if this had been an actor, whoever, I guarantee you this figure would have been much more expensive. because as it is, it's reasonably priced. Like it's
But I
not.
assume they still have to kind of go through a process of getting approval from DC Comics, though.
Well, I think they've got the license, so they're allowed
Okay.
to
Yep.
make. Like, they have that license to do whatever through Warner Brothers. So it's. I
Okay.
think it's
Yep.
one of those things. Yeah, I think it's one of those things where they can do what they want within reason, and to do a one for one, you know, figure based on a comic, based on a artwork.
Yep.
I think they get a lot more leeway that way.
Mm.
But yeah, it's that face sculpt that they did for this. There's a couple of closer, like the gun. I love the whole thing about this. There's a closer up of his face. Like even that, I just think it looks so good. I know there is one because I remember. See, there it is.
There it is.
This is exactly what he is in the comics, like dead on, and they nailed it. Their artists are just phenomenal. There are times when I'm just blown away by what they do. Like there are other times also where things don't turn out like kind of how you'd want them to, but you know, that's how it works for everything in life. But yeah, like this head sculpt is, yeah.
And the fact that they've incorporated the separate rolling eyes into this as well.
Yes,
It's just phenomenal.
They have to do that going forward now for everything.
Yeah, it has to be the standard. It has to be the norm.
Yeah, they've incorporated that in every figure now, just about for the last 5 years or so.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't think they can go back to static eyes. I think they have to have the rolling eyes and everything. There was a time when the rolling eyes meant it was a DX.
That's right. Actually, no, they have had some shortcomings because the Cody 2.0, static eyes, the Nightwing recently, static eyes.
The 2.0 Cody is static eyes?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, well, I guess, yeah, because they just that was just a recycled.
Yeah.
And they made it an exclusive, which was so stupid. I don't know why they did that. But yeah, because I had Cody once upon a time. I did a little bit of a purge of figures early into COVID. So it would have been like 2020-ish.
Yep.
Just for space, and also because they were releasing so many things that I was like, well, okay, I got to prioritize things. And for whatever reason, I guess I had a brain fart. I don't know what I was thinking, but I decided to sell my Cody, which I regret to this day.
Yeah.
So when they put Cody out again,
will you pick up the 2.0 then?
Well, they made it an exclusive, and I didn't get it. So if I were to go and find it now, I would probably have
You're
to
going to pay for the nose, yeah.
And I don't know that I want to pay stupid prices for it.
Yeah.
Like I'm not. I like the character. I wish I hadn't sold it. I regret that one. That was on me.
Because the best part of the 2.0 is they did the Phase 1 helmet for Cody.
Yes, that's one of the things I really liked about it, was the fact that they did that. And then
it was a big sell point, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I sadly I missed him. So I mean, one day maybe I'll get him from somewhere. Somebody's gonna want to sell it, and maybe I'll pick him up. But I mean, you never know. They might do a 3.0 down the road. I doubt it, but they might. You never.
You never know.
Hot Toys makes odd decisions sometimes, but yeah, there's sorry, what's that? It's a custom Old Man Bruce Wayne sculpt and cowl from Kit on the black. Oh, okay, so somebody did a custom for the black and gray.
Wow.
Okay, that's interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah. I would like to see pictures of that if somebody's got some photos. Renz,
can you flicker some photos of that?
If you got some photos of that somewhere. But yeah, that's yeah. So I mean, I guess basically getting back to the main point of why I brought this up was just because Dark Knight Returns is such a pivotal comic for me, and it's still like I have the Absolute edition of it in the big box, the giant hardcover thing that came out like it's like 20 something years ago now. But I have that, and I got Frank Miller signed it for me.
Wow, what a collector's piece that is.
Yeah, oh, I know. I've got it with my comic stuff, but it's yeah, I have a reader copy of Dark Knight Returns that I read. I don't open the book is huge. It's like it's a coffee table book basically.
Yep.
But yeah. But yeah, it's always been a very important comic run to me. I've always loved it. And just the fact that they're doing this at all is a surprise to me. It's a happy surprise. I was glad that they're doing it. I'm happy to be able to get these because I already know what I'm going to do with them display wise. So and obviously when they were going through, oh, wrong one. Oh well. Anyway, when they were going through the different Dark Knight photos, and then we saw this little thing right, oh, there it was right
The
there,
teaser,
little
yeah.
tease. And immediately I was like, okay, it's coming. We just have to see, maybe they'll mention it, or it'll come out maybe in another month or two. But but yeah, and then it was just, was it like 2 days later,
Yeah,
something
it
like
was
that,
like within the week, it was
out of
really big
nowhere.
turnaround. Yeah.
Yep, out of nowhere. And so let's talk about it, because this is the other one that was said announced to us. Um, I love how this looks. I was so blown away by the colors. I love how bright it is. I love that they stuck with the crazy sort of uh, hair, the great big pompadour type of hair. I love that. I think it looks amazing.
They definitely accentuated his curl, that's for sure.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. They've got, and that's the thing, is these are also newly developed bodies for these figures too. Like these
Yeah.
aren't things that they're just recycling from somewhere else. These are
And the
like,
fact that the fabric suits, they're not that
yes,
stupid rubbery Spider-Man nonsense.
exactly. And that's part of the reason why I loved the oh, okay. Renz has sent photos. I'm gonna see if I can pull these
Oh,
up.
Renz, what a champion. Thank you, brother.
Let me see here. I don't know if I can do this. I'm gonna try and see if I can. He sent it to me through Facebook. All right, I'm gonna go to Facebook. I'm gonna see Messenger. I'm gonna try and,
Add it in.
where is that Messenger? No, that's not Messenger. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can pop them in here. Bear with me for a moment.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Renz, how did you stumble across these?
Yeah, Renz, like if you've got any secrets you want to, please, by all means, share. Okay, hold on. Why can't I find this? It's my thing. Oh, maybe that's not where he sent it. Let me just quickly see here. Oh, I see. Okay, that's why. I go here. And there he is. And here they are. Okay, got him. So what they've done, it looks like they've got the ball joint for the head. I'm just gonna try and see if I can. Oh no, it won't let me do it that way. This is also irritating because it went into. Oh, that's why. Okay, sorry. There we go. Oh, that's why, because it's on Instagram. Okay, Kit Chen on Instagram. Let's see if I can bring. Here we go. Got it. All right.
Nice.
Let's see. Here, I'm gonna try and share screen. Well, actually, what I'll do is I will put this.
The anticipation's killing me, Rob.
I know.
You've got the reveal. You've seen this.
I know, I've seen it. I'm ahead of the game. Okay, let's see if this works. I'm gonna remove this one, and then I'm going to. Nope. Hold on. I'm really making this drawing this out. I'm still getting used to doing.
You're dialing up the suspense to 10.
I know, that's what it is. I'm dialing up the suspense. How do I? Let me try that. Oh, I know what I'm doing wrong. I think I know what I'm doing
All
wrong.
your viewers are clamoring at this point, going, "Come
Everyone
on!"
is just. I know I'm really making this difficult for everyone. I close that, and then I go here. All right, no, that didn't do it again. Oh, that's why. Stop sharing. I'm dumb. Okay, there. That's why it wasn't working. Share screen. Here we go. All right. And oops. And here it is. So
Nice.
all right. Let's. I'm gonna see if I can't remove that so that I can make it bigger. There we go. So yeah, that's amazing.
Okay. Yeah. Wow.
So it's on the ball
That's
joint.
that's great for anyone who's got that black suit.
Yeah. So that's that looks fantastic. He does look younger than the
because his hair seems a bit darker. It's not as gray.
Yeah. It's definitely he's not quite as old as he is in Dark Knight Returns. But
Yep.
let's see if we can't open some of the. Okay, here we go.
Oh, there.
So there we go. So that's an amazing custom. Wow. That's really good.
Yeah, that is super nice.
Wow, this guy, they should hire him.
Yeah. Wow, look at the 5 o'clock shadow that I got going on. That is so good.
Amazing job on that. That's incredible.
Renz, are you picking this up?
That's so nice. Yeah.
He stole mine. Look, that's all gone.
Yeah, that's what it is. But he sees figures like this all the time since he started. Yeah, I know what you mean. But yeah, Renz, are you gonna try and get a hold of this? Or okay. His wallet says nope. Because I can imagine this thing would not be cheap, especially because it's
I was kind of curious what the price point for this would be actually.
Yeah, do you know, Renz? Do you know what the price on that will be? Just out of curiosity, not that if your wallet says nope, mine probably will scream at me nope. So yeah, I'm going to assume, but yeah, that is a phenomenal. That is
so good.
Unreal. That looks really, really good.
Because I don't know that you could actually, with the blue suit, swap it over to the black one.
I don't know. I don't know what the
because they've got the cowl for the blue one, but I don't know if you can separate that from the head sculpt.
Oh, you mean the one that's behind his head?
Yeah,
that cowl. I think it's probably an add-on piece that you can have it on there or not when he's not wearing it. When he's not wearing a cowl, you can probably have that there or not. I'm not sure.
Maybe, yeah.
He doesn't usually look at the prices. Probably fair. That's probably a safe way to go about it. But yeah, that's that's the wow. That's phenomenal.
That is so good.
God, those are nice. That's one of the better things I've seen, really. But yeah. So back to Superman. again,
Are you
this.
in on this for Rob?
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
So you're getting the
I'm
blue battle damage and this.
yeah. And if they do the yellow oval Batman logo one, I'll get that one too. If they do a Joker, I'll get that. If they do the armored suit, I'm definitely getting that. Because
Robert?
honestly, I would get that and I would pose it with the Superman. So it would be him with the armored suit and
Yep.
Superman together. Obviously Carrie Kelly. I want the Carrie Kelly Robin. That would be amazing. But I mean, just the fact that they went like he's got the blood in his mouth. It's on his teeth too, which you can see if you I can't zoom. I don't think I can zoom it in, but they've done I can't really make it any bigger. But just the blood on his teeth, and it's like it's on his gums. It's not even just coming out of his mouth.
Yeah.
The detail is amazing. I think there's a close-up photo somewhere in here.
I'm pretty sure there is for memory.
Yeah. But I mean, they've captured the art style, which is one of those things that you don't always get lucky with when it comes to these figures. Sometimes they get it, sometimes they don't. And of all the art styles I would think would be difficult, it would be Frank Miller. Just because he's
they've
not
absolutely
realistic.
nailed it.
Yeah. It's because yeah, I know. I find myself crying a lot when these things get announced. But yeah, Superman looks amazing. But yeah, the fact that even got the Green Arrow's arrow, I thought that was great. That was a nice little added touch. That was really well done.
Will Green Arrow be done as a figure as well?
I don't know. I think
is that really pushing the envelope?
That would be really adding on to character, because then do they do the Wonder Woman? You know, or sorry, it was one. No, it was Selena Kyle dressed as Wonder Woman because she'd gone in that story. She'd gone back to her Lady of the Evening days, and she was dressing up as Wonder Woman, and that was dark. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they would go all that way. But then again, why do that particular little prop of Green Arrow's kryptonite arrow?
Yeah,
you're not going to do Green Arrow. I would love it.
I'm seeing this. Is it a tease?
I wonder if it is. I wonder if it's kind of a tease, because that's just the thing. It's the kind of thing that, yes, it's story appropriate, because obviously that's how he gets weakened enough for Batman to take care of him when he's fighting with him. But just the character design of Green Arrow from that comic would lend itself to a figure really, really well too. I would love to see them do it. And if they did, I'd get that too.
This would be such a great line. It really would.
This would be one of those lines. I rarely go in all the way for lines, for complete lines, just because a lot of the time, sometimes the lines get really big, and then other times Hot Toys doesn't finish. And yeah, and when it's this good, it's like this thing. I love it. Like,
potentially this could be an Ahsoka line.
Yes, it could. And I hate to say, I kind of hope it isn't. because that Ahsoka line, that was a lot of figures. There was a lot in that line.
And they're all bangers.
They are all bangers. Every single one in that line is phenomenal.
Actually, how deep did you go on the Ahsoka line?
I got Ahsoka the White, Hera. Basically, I did the Ghost team from Rebels. Yep. So that was my main focus, was to try and do that. So I got Sabine, Hera, Chopper, Ahsoka. I got Marek, the Inquisitor.
Yeah.
I
massively slept on figure. People are going to regret that.
Yeah, I think so too. I got Grand Admiral Thrawn. Oddly, I didn't get Enoch. I didn't get Enoch.
Wow.
I feel like
didn't like his look, or
no, it wasn't that. I thought that if I get Enoch, then I've got to, in my mind, if I get Enoch, I've got to get at least 2 of the undead
Night troopers. Yeah.
the night troopers, and then also try and get the undead death trooper. I got to get one of those. It's just that going in with going in with troops ends up for me being a slippery slope. It always ends up being a slippery slope. But so I kind of I steered a little bit clear of that.
Okay.
One day down the road, maybe if I can find Enoch down the road somewhere for a reasonable price. I mean, they might do a new version of him for the next season. Who knows?
See, oddly for me, I like the look of Enoch.
I do
but
too. Yeah.
From a figure perspective, he was probably the disappointing one of the line.
Do you have that one?
I do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I artistically, I love what they did with him.
Yes.
I think it's a great look. They definitely made it unique, because you've never seen anything like that in Star Wars for a trooper helmet ever. And it sort of harkens back to like it's Roman. It looks very ancient Roman, like
Yes.
gladiatorial almost.
Yeah, basically it does. It has a very gladiator aspect aesthetic to it. So yeah, that I could see where there's a massive appeal to it, because it's very different from everything else in the Star Wars universe.
Oh, for sure. And that alone makes it worth getting for me. I would have ordinarily gone for it, but like I said, it's just there was too much in the Ahsoka
But you're
line.
right. The knock-on effect is it did cause me to get a night trooper and the zombie death trooper as well to go amok them all.
Yeah, and that was my biggest concern, was because I know myself, I know how I am, and I just didn't want to tempt. I don't want to tempt fate, because I know what's going to happen. But yeah, and I will say the thing with this particular piece too, I'm going to show it. There's a thing there's the blood in the
there it is. Yeah,
that looks so good. They did such a great paint job with that. But the fact that you can use a UV light to make the eyes glow,
that frustrates me.
Really?
Who has a UV light in their display cabinets?
You can pick up a little tiny UV spotlight on Amazon for like $10 and just put it in.
No, I'd rather it as a light up feature, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel like the light up features are great, but then you're talking about batteries or USB.
Oh no! I'd rather the USB. Batten cells died in the 80s.
Oh,
let's not keep with that.
The button cell thing is frustrating to me, but I love how they used it for Jinx, for the Jinx figure. And I will have no problem. I'll get a little
bringing LED. That up. I finished Arcane yesterday, both seasons. Wow.
Is it amazing?
What an event.
That show, Lael was the one who sort of put me onto that, because I didn't know anything about it. I knew League of Legends as a video game, but I'd never played it. I just knew.
Nor had I,
and so I was kind of thinking, well, if I watch this, am I going to know what's going on? Like, is this required? Do you need to have played the game? And
do you need backstory to this? No,
they're not even in the game. Like the game itself, it's in that world, but not those characters. So it definitely, you don't need to have ever played the game to enjoy that show. And I thoroughly enjoyed that show. Did not expect to like it. At first, I was blown away by the animation.
Yeah,
that animation was brilliant. My hat goes off to the artists that worked on that show, because my God. But I don't typically watch a lot of anime. I'm not a big anime guy, but it's not technically anime. It's anime influenced, I would say, but it's not anime. And I was, like I said, Lael told me to give it a shot, and I will be forever grateful to him for telling me about it, because I wouldn't have.
I would say Mandy was probably my influence for this. Like David had seen it as well, and he said yes, it was good. But Mandy was clearly the one doing the push with the announcement of the figures. Went, okay, I'll have a look at it, and I was drawn by, like you said, the animation style of it. I went, wow, this is really impressive. So I knocked through season 1 pretty quickly. Actually, I went, wow, that was really good. And then I came into season 2. and I kind of went, it's very different from season 1.
It is.
But with saying
Yeah.
that, I was probably about 6 episodes in. I think I had the last remaining 3 episodes. I was talking to the guys at work, and I went, you know what? I'm a bit lost with season 2. It's very different, etc. But the conclusion to season 2, to
Yeah.
piecing it all together,
Yeah.
wow.
That's the payoff. And
Yeah.
they did pay it off. Like, that's the thing. I don't mind if something is I wouldn't say it was a slow burn, but it was very different in tone, what was going on in season 2 than what was going on in season 1.
Yep.
But knowing, like, I did know ahead of time that there wasn't going to be a season 3. It was just going to be 2 seasons, and that was it. So I knew it was coming to the end. So
I didn't know the spoiler. I was like, oh, they did that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the good thing about it, is that it was just, I feel like the fact that it was you know, that it was a self-contained story. Oh, that's a good question. Yes, I want the mutant leader too, if they did it.
Oh, that would be really cool. That would
And
translate really well on a figure.
the Slice and Dice brothers, Don and Rob. I think their names were Don and Rob, if I remember correctly.
I can't remember the names, but
They
I
had
do remember.
it was on their shirts. One said Don and one said Rob. Yeah. And okay, so you haven't seen season 2 yet?
Get on it, brother.
You've got homework.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's such a good show. It's such a good show.
And I really liked both girls' story arcs,
yes.
to be honest.
The only thing I would say that, but I wasn't disappointed, because I mean, it was kind of being set up to go that way, but I was sad. And I'm not going to say anything else, because I just realized that would be a major spoiler, and I'm not going to say anything. But
what was interesting for season 2 is that a lot of the other characters had bigger arcs. I know there's one episode, and I'm like, wait a second, there's no Jinx or Vi in this episode.
That's right. And the one thing I do think also, but I guess I don't think Hot Toys was going to commit themselves to doing because they could have done done a line on that show too. Because there were
Echo in there. There's numerous characters they could have. Yeah,
Echo is the what was her name's mother, the warrior.
She was fantastic.
Like, that character, all of those characters that are on that council, because they're so unique looking.
Chase, there's so many characters. Yeah,
they could have really gone deep with that line. I'm kind of, in a way, glad they didn't. Because that would have
saved a lot of wallets.
That would have been really expensive, because there would have been so many. But at the same time, if you're gonna just do 2, obviously, Jinx and Vi.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have minded if they'd done one of their father. In beast mode.
Oh wow! I think I would have liked him in his original look.
Either way,
glove, gauntlets, etc.
Yeah, well, he would have worked either way, I think, in terms of from a toy perspective. I think that
but the beast mode, that figure would be huge. Yeah,
that figure would have been like the size of a
Jabba the Hutt,
or in terms of stature, it would have been like the size of a Hulkbuster armor.
Yeah,
like that big, and it. I don't know,
because in the show he absolutely dwarfs both the girls.
Yes. I think the girls are definitely the draw. And I mean, I got them both. I don't have them yet, but I got them.
Nice.
I'm still waiting on so many. We'll get to that, but the as you can see here also.
Yeah, sorry for putting this off track.
No, don't apologize. It's fine. As you can see here too, as we said, they've gotten a fabric suit on a muscled body that I think the fabric is attached to the abdominal area, like, so you get the muscles through it. But
Yes.
this is still fabric. This is all
Yes.
fabric, except for the logo. I think
The
the abs
logo.
that's probably part of the body. I think.
So do you think the abs will be gelled, or do you think that's actually sculpted?
I think they're probably gelled.
Yep.
I
Okay.
think so. I
So you
because
will
if
get a
you're
bit of
turning him,
posability out of it.
yeah, if you're turning him at the waist, it's going to need to be able to. Otherwise, it's going to look strange. It
Yep.
potentially could look strange. And of course, a wired cape looks amazing.
Do you
Um,
wish that they gave us 2 capes?
not for this figure, because
What
they
about for either of the
never.
Batmans?
Hmm?
What about for either of the Batmans, the grey or the blue? Would you like to drape
Um,
cape on that?
I've always liked the wired capes. I
Okay.
enjoy being able to pose them, because I never just have someone standing there with just a cape just hanging. The only one I did that with was I had the Dark Knight Returns Batman. I don't have it anymore. I sold that one a while ago, but they was not it was not a wired cape, but it was such heavy fabric that they couldn't have wired it anyway, even if they'd wanted to. I don't think anything would hold it. But that particular figure, because again, it's based off of a more realistic take on Batman. It looks more real to have it draped as opposed to in a crazy, like this kind of thing. Because this is obviously meant to mimic the comics in every way, right? And in the
Yep.
comics, the capes are all over the place. They're just, you know,
But we're saying this, Rob.
mm,
Probably yesterday I saw maybe on 1/6 kit, but Jackson Jew has made a drape cape for the black and grey version, and it looks really good.
oh, did he? Okay, I haven't seen.
Yeah.
I haven't been to his website in a
So
while.
if you get a chance, have a look at that. The drape cape looks good, but I
Okay.
do understand the whole idea of having the wide dynamic floating off
Yeah,
capes for these. It does make more sense.
I like, especially if I'm gonna, which I will be doing. See, this is the thing too with this particular figure. I'm gonna pose him in a flying pose, at least, or a
With
floating,
that
or at least a
crotch
floating
grabber?
pose. It's no, it's a there's a crotch grabber, I think. Oh no, it's a waist grabber.
That's right. Sorry, the waist grabber. They are notoriously bad for our figures.
Oh yeah, maybe. Because I had the waist grabber on. I had the black suit Superman and Nightmare Batman 2-pack.
Yep.
And I had the waist grabber on him, and I had him in a sort of floating power pose kind of thing. And it never did anything bad to the suit.
Okay.
I never had a problem. I know that it's a danger. I know that it does that people do. It can potentially be bad.
It lends a
Um,
risk of, yes, potentially damaging the suits.
yeah, I think it just comes down to how often you're moving it around, taking it off, putting it on.
Because
I
he does. He
tend
looks so good elevated and in a flight
that's
pose.
yeah, and that's the kind of thing I would put him in this kind of a pose right here, where he's
Hmm.
like when he's trying to convince Bruce to come on, let's be realistic, Bruce, come on, like I love that. I love that
So are you
pose.
going for the neutral sculpt? You're not going for the bloodied battled one?
When the armored Batman comes out, then I will use the
You
bloodied.
swap over.
I'll
Okay.
swap it out and I'll have them in a fight. I'll put them together fighting. Until that armored Batman is available,
It'll
I'm
happen.
oh, I know. Oh, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I for a while I had been planning on getting the Batman Armored 2.0 from Batman v Superman, because I was going to be my Dark Knight Returns representation, because that
Oh,
suit looks incredible. That figure is amazing.
mm-hmm.
Um, but I ended up not going for it just because I forget. I think there was some other stuff was coming out at the same time, and I thought, oh, I'm gonna stick with that. I got to make a priority decision here, and I went with, I forget what I went with,
Doesn't
but
matter. We are going to get an iteration from
oh,
this.
for sure.
So
And
yeah.
now that they've done this, absolutely, I know they're
Yeah.
coming. It's coming. Um, and I think maybe that Green Arrow too. I think that could be a
Fingers
tease.
crossed.
I think
Fingers
that could be
crossed.
a tease. But yeah, like but this is the kind of thing that we're talking about when I'm saying about a comics line for Hot Toys. And I mean, you have these, but you also have that. There's that Killing Joke Joker that they
I was going to
announced.
bring that up. How do you feel
Yeah,
about that?
I love it. I
Did you
love it.
order?
I did. I did. Why? Oh, why? Do you say that like you know something that I don't know?
No, not at
No?
all. It's just
Okay.
like it is quintessential. Like that is such a good figure. And my
Yeah.
disclaimer is I don't particularly like Joker as a character, but that figure is such a good representation of the
And
material.
that's another thing about these comic line things that Hot Toys seems to be dipping their toe in now that isn't Hano. Is that it seems like they're going to the comics for the Elseworld stuff. Because technically the Killing Joke is not, it's tangentially off to the side of the original continuity.
Mm.
And then they slowly brought
Yeah,
pieces
because
of it
my
in.
understanding it's a separate
Yeah,
story. Like it
it's a
is very
standalone story. It's a
yeah.
standalone story. And because it clearly defines the origin of the Joker in it. It clearly says who he was, what happened, and all that stuff.
His
And it
motivations,
also
etc. That's
resulted
right.
in, yeah, and it also resulted in, obviously Barbara Gordon being shot. And they, over the years, because that story is so popular, over the years they've tried to, I think, sprinkle elements of
Do
the
you think they'll
original.
actually ever end up making an Oracle figure?
No, I don't think so. I don't
No.
think you can't really do a lot with an Oracle figure because she'd be in the wheelchair. But also, I think they'd be better off for something like that to do it as a power pose sort of a thing.
But I'm thinking like there's appeal of the wheelchair. I
I
yeah.
mean, I don't know. I can understand the appeal
I
of,
would get it if
yeah,
they
no,
made it in
and so
figure
would
form. I
I.
would.
Oh God, so would I. I would absolutely get that. But the thing is I'm thinking of it from the perspective of how many people would buy that. And
But
yeah,
I'd
well, I
also get a
mean,
Jim Gordon figure, mind you, if they did that too.
oh, they would have to. If they were going to go that far, if they're going to do a Barbara Gordon, an Oracle or a Jim Gordon figure from that, especially from that comic line alone, or from that story.
Jiminy's trench coat, etc.,
Yeah,
just would look
great.
phenomenal.
Oh, it would be amazing. But yeah, they've seemingly taken a bit of a turn at Hot Toys where they're not using the Hano line for their comics run figures anymore. At least they've taken a break from it. Because as we said,
Yeah, because they were going hard with it, and like, and primarily it was based at Marvel, but they've even diverted with like Doctor Doom
Doctor
is
Doom
not
is a
part of the
perfect
Hono.
example. Yeah,
It is their comic line, and that
yep.
figure looks fantastic.
I have that
Mind
one.
you,
I love it.
you've got it.
Yeah, I do. He's
Oh,
where is he? Well, he's over in that cabinet over there.
yeah.
He's in there. Again, part of the reason why I'm building a new case, because I got everything all over the place. I want everything to be all together. But yeah, that Doctor
Which
Doom.
faceplate did you put for your Doom?
I went with
The modern
it's
one.
not the super modern one, the one before it, if that makes
I
sense.
say the golden era with the grated teeth.
That's another one. I
Nice.
love all the looks for Doom over the years have been great, and I'm really, really happy that they gave us all those faceplates. Like that wasn't even just for the deluxe edition. Like there was only one less faceplate with the regular version. You still got like 3 faceplates, even if you didn't get the deluxe. I
Oh,
wanted the
really?
deluxe because I wanted the
Wow,
dark
I
hold.
really need to open my copy now and check to see which one I got.
Did you get does yours come with the dark hold, the book?
I gotta check. I want to run upstairs and go open it now.
The one that comes with the Darkhold was the deluxe version, and I wanted that. I wanted the Darkhold opens, and it's got pages in it. It's amazing. They went to some real detail with those things.
I'll message you tomorrow when I open it and let you know.
Yeah.
I'm really curious now.
Yeah, I'm curious now too. But yeah, like they've sort of, I think, seemingly I'm not going to say they've abandoned Hano. Obviously, they have a Hano line.
Well,
They
I'd like at least them to give us that Thor that they teased. That looked great.
I honestly, I would like for them to keep going with Hano as well, just because I would like to see. Now, it's possible that there's a reason why they wouldn't do this, but I think they could do a comics line of the Fantastic Four. They
Oh,
that I would like. I've got the ones, the movie ones. I've got those pre-ordered.
did you do all 4?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, because
I
that
only
Doctor
did the
Doom,
thing.
that Doctor Doom is going to be the Doctor Doom for them. I don't care what they do in the movie. That's the Doctor Doom I'm using. They
See,
will have to
funny for
blow me
me,
away.
my Doom is I'm making for like a comic inspired Avengers setup, which is annoying because they're doing Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah.
But my Doom is going to be for that because back in the 80s, there was this comic panel that I was obsessed with where there was Doctor Doom, Scarlet Witch, Vision, and Spider Man, and they were fighting in a wilderness setting.
Mm.
And which is my inspiration for my collection for my Doom.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the part of the other reason too is with for the movie versions that I wanted. It was because they're wearing more retro costumes, which I like. But also for me, and this is more of a it's a personal thing to me, but Reed Richards, Pedro Pascal in the figure, at least the figure, um, he's shockingly resembles my late uncle, whom I was a big fan of my uncle. I loved my uncle, and he passed away a number of years ago, but the resemblance is uncanny. And so I had to. I was like, that's Uncle Frank. I'm gonna get that.
But from the movie perspective,
Mm.
did you like Pedro being Reed Richards?
Um, he would not have been my first casting choice.
Okay.
I don't think he did a bad job. My thing with that movie was that Mr. Fantastic didn't really do anything in the whole movie. There was that one thing where they show like flashback of them
Fights an
fighting.
orangutan, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and he's stretching around there, and everything was fine. And the only time you really see him using his powers in a an action setting is at the end when they're trying to bring Galactus into range of that teleporter thing, and Galactus is just pulling him apart or trying to pull him apart. But other than that, yeah, he didn't. I don't blame Pedro Pascal for that. I blame just the writing. They just didn't give Mr. Fantastic anything
At
to do.
least their film iteration, they didn't have him all gimmicky, like
The other,
reaching for a bar of soap and stuff like that.
right.
Like,
Yeah, exactly. They didn't make his superpower a joke.
yes.
I appreciated the fact that they leaned into him being the smartest man on the planet.
Mm.
I appreciated that they did that.
But the film perspective is really her story. It's Sue's story.
Yeah, I would say so.
That's pretty accurate,
That's
Ren.
very clever. That's very clever. Yeah, they made him do science. They really played up the fact that he was that smart throughout the entire thing. My personal opinion is they should have kept John Krasinski. I loved John Krasinski as Reed Richards.
Yeah,
even though we only got him for like
fantastic.
We only got him for like 2 minutes. But they could have
nowhere near long enough. I would have loved to seen him continue with the task.
I think that would have been a smarter casting choice. I can't imagine that he wasn't their first choice, given the fact that he was in the other movie, but it could have been there was a scheduling issue. Maybe he just wasn't available. Like, we don't know. There could be all kinds of reasons why, actors don't get parts. But yeah, see, we're not alone. We're not alone. I think a lot of people thought he was going to be Reed Richards, and then it wasn't him.
Because just based on his cameo appearance, he was phenomenal. It's like, moving forward, please make John the choice for Reed.
I have to admit, I was disappointed that it wasn't him. my other problem sort of with it is the fact that, I mean, Pedro Pascal is in everything.
Yeah. Are we all Pedro'd out at this point?
I I like Pedro Pascal, don't get me wrong. But
It is
you
good. Well,
can
we
be
could do better.
overexposed. Overexposure is a real thing when it comes to actors. And
Mhm.
when you're in everything, people do lose interest. And he's a little too high profile for, maybe for his own good right now. I think that's one of the things that made him such a good choice for the Mandalorian was the fact he's got a helmet on the whole time. It's just his voice.
Which goes against the law of Mandalorians.
Well, depends on which Mandalorian you're which Mandalorian group you're going with. But I mean, in his case, I think he did the voiceover for that show mostly. I don't think he was even in the suit a lot of the time. I think
No,
it was the stunt.
I was
The stunt
probably
performance.
stunt double and etc. Yeah.
But just for that reason, I just think he's been cast in a lot of things that I don't think he was. I think that he was cast because they thought, oh, we'll put a big name in there. Who's available? That kind of thing. Like I wouldn't have cast him in The Last of Us either. He would not have been my first choice to play that part. And I played the game. Like the first game is amazing, but I wouldn't have cast him as Joel. He would not have been my first choice.
Which
But
takes us to Hot Toys again. An odd choice that they've only announced his figure.
Yes. They've
That
not made
seems like such an odd choice.
They've not made any announcement about Ellie yet.
Yeah.
And I'm curious. I wonder if there's a problem with that. I don't know what it would be, but maybe
a likeness issue for licensing. Like, well, I'm really confused.
I feel like that's the only thing it could be. Also, they've only recently started to do figures of smaller statured bodies, like almost kid-sized figures, right? Like
young Ahsoka,
young Ahsoka,
Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday, like smaller figures. They didn't used to do a lot of those. And maybe they were still not quite ready to announce an Ellie figure. That said, I don't think you can have The Last of Us without do a figure line, even if it's just the two characters. You still have to do Ellie.
That's right.
It's got to be
like Batman and Robin.
Yeah,
C-3PO and R2.
Exactly. That just doesn't make a lot of sense to me that you would have one and not the other, because
fine, you could probably get away with the whole Batman thing, but you can't do 3PO without.
No.
Yeah.
They're both they go together, hand in glove. You can't have one without the other if you're going to do any kind of figures line. But yeah, I also don't know. I don't know if like the actress that plays her, whose name escapes me. Bad with names. She was in Game of Thrones.
I can't help you because I haven't seen Last of Us.
Oh, okay. Bella Ramsey. That's it.
Okay.
It popped into my head. It's possible that she's going against them for likeness money. Could be. That sometimes happens when they're trying to work out the contract deal with for the head sculpts and the.
But you would have thought they would have taken that into account before doing the Joel Pedro figure.
You would think, unless they thought she wouldn't have a problem with it. Maybe she's got a contract issue with it. Maybe she wants more money than they're offering. Could be. I mean, it's like, who knows?
I would assume you'd secure both likenesses and licenses before producing one figure.
That would be the right way to do it. But I mean, who knows? Hot Toys works in mysterious ways.
Hot Toys does Hot Toys. Yeah, they do their own thing.
Exactly. Oh, maybe they don't. Okay. That's entirely possible. They just don't want to do it. I mean, it's not like they've never finished lines before.
Who I don't know.
I mean, they've done a lot of things where they've made one or two characters from a group and then never made the rest of the group. So it's not like
The
that.
Suicide Squad, Thunderbolts.
The
For a
Rogue,
while, it looked like it was going to be the Fantastic Three.
Rogue One. They still didn't give us a Baze Malbus.
Yeah,
Still don't have Baze Malbus. And Baze Malbus and Chirrut Imwe were a pair as well.
correct.
I mean, that's a weird one that they never get. They did do that. They had their prototype. They had it at San Diego.
That's right.
And then
why is it in that
happened.
graveyard? Like, get it out.
It's possible that could be a contract thing. They've left quite a few. That is also true. To echo Robert Meyer Burnett, where's Okoye? Where's Okoye? Why have we not gotten Okoye? Any of those figures, the Wakanda from Wakanda that you would think would have been no brainers, like of course you're going to put that. It's if Hot Toys finished a line, they've been cloned and replaced. Hey, they did finish the Bad Batch, so there is that. Although they didn't give us Omega. So I guess that's a good point.
So technically not complete.
Technically, you're right. Yeah, there's another one. But yeah, again, I think that might have been because.
And previously we made praise for the Ahsoka line, yet we didn't get Ezra.
True. Not yet. I think we're gonna get Ezra for season
two.
with no beard. I think they're gonna have him. They'll have him without the beard, and he'll be wearing something closer to what he wore in Rebels, like something similar.
Yeah.
I suspect that's maybe what they're
give
doing.
Him an orange jumpsuit, etc. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, something along those lines. And then I want them to do a flashback so that we can get a Kanan. I want Kanan Jarrus figure. I love Mandy's custom Kanan Jarrus. That
is
really cool. But
that
is
fantastic.
It is still Steve Rogers.
I know, but she's got another one that's helmeted from 16J.
With the thing, yeah.
Yeah. And it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like Jay's done a tremendous job on that.
His stuff is incredible. I wanted to get the Throne of Mandalore. One day I'm gonna get him to make that for me, but it's pricey. So I've got to save my pennies before I can get that thing.
Well, I really pondered his Sith Qui-Gon because Qui-Gon is my favorite Jedi.
Yeah.
And I really pondered it, but I'm like, yeah, at the price point.
When you're going in for customs, you're going to be paying more of a premium just because it's an actual artist doing actual sculpt and making a small batch. And, you're going to have like, maybe 4 or 5 or no more than 10 of them if you get that many people buying
That's
them.
Right. I think my fear of why I was reluctant to do it is because I feel that it will open the floodgate. I'll get one and I'll be so wowed that I'll want more.
Yeah. Yeah. That's part of the reason why I don't have anything from InArt yet. Because I know if I get
avoid that slope, brother. Avoid it. Yeah, that rabbit hole is bad.
I've been saying that it'll probably be my first InArt piece will be that Christopher Reeve Superman whenever that comes out,
and that's anytime soon.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what they've done with it. It's long overdue. I mean, the Hot Toys one, the original one they did, still holds up. It's still a really good sculpt, but with today's technology, what they're doing now, if they were to 2.0 that, they could kill it. Like they could.
Do you like the InArt Kent as well?
If they, if I have to make a choice, I will go with Superman.
Yeah.
But if it's a 2-pack and it's reasonable, I'll get both. I will 100%. I will 100% get both. But yeah, it is a slippery slope. You're right. And when you get falling down that slope, you're going to end up spending more money than you intended. And that's always the way it goes.
But, it's a dangerous hobby that we're in.
Yes, it is. It's not for the faint of heart.
Mm.
But as I often tell my wife, when she sees when she sees the packages coming to the door, and she knows how much these things are, I often say to her, "Listen, I could be out drinking or doing drugs." So I mean,
This is a
there's
much better choice. Yeah.
would you prefer? Yeah, it's going to be one or the other. Either I'm getting toys or I'm going out to find some crack right now.
Stick with the plastic crack, bro. Stick with the
I
plastic
know I'm
crack.
going to stick with the plastic crack, but yes. But yeah, these, so just to sort of tie up the Dark Knight Returns a bit here. The comic book itself, it meant so much to me growing up, and I loved it so much that yes, I'm absolutely getting both of these. I will absolutely get the armored Batman. I will absolutely get Carrie Kelly if they make that one, or the Joker. I will go in this line for as deep as they go.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I'm still cheering for Hano. I still want them to keep doing their Hano stuff, because that, for the price point, is great stuff. Like they're not cheap looking, but they are cheaper than their mainline stuff. So I hope they don't replace that with this, because then you might end up getting, things will get pricier, which could be the reason why they're doing it, but who knows? That Iron Man.
Hot Toys. Oh, sorry, Hono have kind of in hiatus or taken a back step, whatever. It did inspire me recently to pick up the two of the So Toys announcements for the X-23 and the Storm figure recently.
I saw those. Yeah, I think I'm going to, I haven't pulled the trigger yet on the Storm, but I did pull the trigger on the X-23. It looks.
And how do you feel about the Sabretooth?
My initial reaction to the Sabretooth was I was really happy about it. I was glad they did it. They need to work on that outfit.
My issue, I thought it was massively underscaled.
Yes, that too. Actually, that's another issue that you're right. Yeah, it definitely is underscaled. He should be bigger.
Yeah.
But I think
suit, the onesie. Yeah.
I think they need to do some work on that suit. But yeah, it
was the disappointment out of the 3 announcements.
Visually, yes. I thought my initial reaction was one of excitement at the fact that they did it. And then my critical eye kind of took over after going, okay, that's maybe not right. Oh, I don't like how that looks. And oh, this isn't quite what I would want. And so I'm kind of in that realm with it. But yeah,
But I think that'd be great companion pieces for the Hono lines to try and put us back on track.
Oh, for sure. Yes, absolutely. It's that sort of I don't know. It's the style that you get when it's a comic related or a comic type of like look, where it should look a little bit more off the page than off of the screen. It shouldn't look too real. It should look more hyper realistic, if you want to go that far. So I don't mind it looking spandexy. That doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah.
But with Sabretooth, it does. I feel like Sabretooth should definitely have a bit more of a there are comic accurate versions of his costume where it doesn't look like a onesie, and they could have picked any one of those. Windman is the suit is the issue for me, but also you're right about the scale of him. He should be bigger. He definitely should be bigger. It doesn't have to be like a map. He just needs to be bigger than what he is.
Yeah, but for your point, the suit is off. It does. It looks like a onesie. The suit is the worst point for that suit, for that figure.
Now, contrast that to the that X-23, which looks amazing. I love what they did with that X-23. It looks really, really good, and it's very comic accurate, which is the other thing that I love about it. Same thing with the Storm. And like I said, I haven't pulled the trigger on that yet. I might still. The thing for me is that I can put X-23 with Wolverine, with any of my Wolverines, and she sort of goes with that. Storm, I don't have any other, like all I have is Wolverine, like the Hano Wolverine. I don't have any other X-Men, and I'm not really collecting X-Men figures just because, again, that could go on and on and on and on. And on. So I have to be careful. But yeah, it's one of those things where I'm trying to be a little bit more, I don't know, responsible. Apparently he's been yeah, I agree. That's another issue for me is the very Cottonelle look of his
He's mane and he's
it's it's very fluffy. He looks very fluffy. But yeah, I suffice to say that Sabretooth needs some work. And maybe they'll make some changes before they get to their final prototype. Maybe they won't. Who knows?
Time will tell, but hopefully there will be improvement for it.
Yeah, they definitely have,
because he is a beloved character. People love Sabretooth.
Oh, yeah.
So
Sabretooth can go a long way for them if they do him right. I think they can really make a good splash with that one.
Sorry, brother. Sorry to be abrupt with this, but I do need to wrap this up because
no worries.
I have to go see Evil Dead, so I need to depart, unfortunately. Thank you for your time today. I really appreciate you letting me be part of your stream today.
Thanks for joining me. It's
been fantastic. So hopefully at some point you'll have me again.
Absolutely. It's an open invitation, so you just let me know and we'll make it happen. Fantastic.
Rob, thank you so much, brother. You're ace, and all the best success for you with your channel, brother, because you're such a good watch, and I really hope you can. No, honest, I'm not trying to glaze this by any means. You're a fantastic member of the community, and you were so well received with everyone, brother. So best of success for you.
All right, well, thank you so much. Enjoy Evil Dead, and like I said, make sure you bring a towel.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for that advice. Cheers, Rob.
All right. Take care.
See you, mate.
All right. So yeah. So anyway, based on what we were talking about, we will go through and. Yes, he's going to see Evil Dead the musical. I saw it. Oh God, it was here in Toronto. It was maybe, I'm gonna say, almost 20 years ago. It was 2000 and I'm gonna say 2008, roughly. And I saw it here, and we were sitting in the splatter zone, so we were right in the front row, and it is exactly what it sounds like. We got soaked. So much blood. Yeah, it's a fun show. It's a lot of fun. It's not the kind of thing that you would ever think, what would make a great musical? Evil Dead. Nobody thinks that. Yet it works. So, I mean, there you go. But yeah, so that's where he's off to. So that was nice. I was happy to have Matt here. Oh, yeah, I've seen that jersey, and it definitely is cool looking. That's a neat jersey. I like that. I've seen, I don't know exactly if it's the same one, identically the same one, but I've seen. Okay, there we go. I've seen different versions of it, and they always look really cool. But yeah. So anyway, back on track, because I did have a couple of other points I wanted to make with this stream that came up this week. And for those of you who get in the queue for different figures, So like for the exclusives, basically all the exclusives that we get. What happened to exclusives is what I would like to know. I don't think that it is a situation where they're just not uh they're just not a thing anymore. But at the same time, I've been noticing, and I'm sure some of you've noticed as well, there's a lot of pieces that were exclusives that have showed back up in stock. And this has become a very strange sort of phenomenon to me. I'm not really sure why that's happening. I mean, I have some ideas as to why that could be happening. Exactly why, I don't know. It's very strange to me. It could just be one of those things where they they made a limited amount of these figures, but then at the same time, a lot of people pre-ordered and then dropped their pre-orders. That is entirely possible. It's hard to say. The fact that well, for example, here I'll bring this up just to illustrate my point a little bit better. If I can get to Hot Toys on Sideshow, and this is exclusively I'm talking about Sideshow. It's their pre-order system, and their exclusives situation here. If we look at, let's say, the Star Wars figures per se, so if we're going Star Wars in 6th scale, okay, so I'm going to bring this up, just whoops, so you get to see what I'm talking about. And okay, let's go here and then share screen and then boom. Okay. There we go. So let's just quickly have a look at this and do a head count, shall we, of the pieces that have mysteriously and suddenly just showed back up in stock. So here we're looking at these are all sort of everything. I'm just gonna find, so Dark Empire Luke. I am surprised that Dark Empire Luke is now granted this is the special edition version. This is not the artisan version. The artisan edition, I believe, it's sold out. But the special edition version, so just the sculpted hair, which is the one I got, but I like the sculpted hair version of him better myself anyway. But that one is still there, and I thought it was gone. And then we have, as another example, where is it? Where is it? I know it's in here. I was looking at it earlier. Okay, this is not a comprehensive list, clearly. But some of the example here, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to look at it from Hot Toys. We're just going to go quickly back to Hot Toys. Then we're going to go to Shop All. Okay. Let's do the filter from here. This is maybe a better way to do it. Okay, so manufacturers, Hot Toys, yes. And then brands, Star Wars. There we go. Okay, now we're going to see it. Okay. First, we have this one, the 104th Battalion Wolfpack Clone Trooper. This was waitlisted, and then it just showed back up, and it's been sitting in stock now for, I'm going to say, about a month now. Now they've limited it to one per person, and it's ready to ship the next day, like next business day. So we know it's available. Like you can just buy it right now. But this was gone, and I had been on the wait list for it. my waitlist never converted. It just all showed back up in stock. So that was, to me, that was really strange. Then we have the special edition Darth Sidious, the grinning one, the one with the creepy smile. I loved this one. This one was the one I wanted to get, and I didn't get it. I wasn't able to get it because he was a special edition. He was an exclusive, and he's back. There he is, and yeah, I pre-ordered him. I've ordered him, I should say, because I love this face. The face is so good. Like, look how good that looks. But my point is, obviously, we know how good it is. But the fact that it was gone. It was gone and you couldn't get it. And suddenly it's back. Here's another Darth Sidious that was gone and suddenly came back. Darth Sidious from the Clone Wars, which I missed when it was originally out. And then it was gone. And then I did get my waitlist converted on this. So I bought it. I got it right away. I was like, oh, it's back, because I wanted it to go with my Savage Opress and my Darth Maul, Clone Wars Maul. So I got it, and I love this piece. It's phenomenal. It's so eerie. He's such an eerie emperor, sort of behind the scenes, shadowy emperor before he becomes the emperor, you know? But this was a waitlisted item. I got the conversion. I grabbed it. He is currently up in my case over here in a corner. You can't see him. There's something in the way. But the thing is, he's still now available on Sideshow. Like, how many of them do they have? They were sold out, and now suddenly it's not just, if I had not taken my wait list, I could have still just gone online at any time in the last month and bought it for myself. So I don't know what happened there. Trying to see if there was another one. Is that it? Well, clearly there's a bunch. There were others. I'm just to sort of give you a sense of it. But the 212th Attack Battalion Clone Trooper, that was waitlisted. It's back. And then, yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, the rest it gets into this stuff. But yeah, it's what's going on. I would like to know. I would really like to know why that's happening, because to me it just seems like a strange way to do business. I don't know if I could be, maybe I'm just wrong, you know? Who knows? It could just be that I'm just misreading this, but I don't know. It just seems really weird to me. Yeah. Somehow Palpatine returned. I wish I'd thought of that. Oh, you beat me to it. But yeah, it is interesting. I did get a couple of waitlist conversion emails, but not for all of those. For some of those, they just showed back up in stock. And I don't know what's going on. I don't know why it did that. But to me, it just seems like, are they over manufacturing some of these still? They were doing a lot of that during COVID because people were buying things a lot when we were trapped in our homes for a year and a half. But it's hard to say. Let's see. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking, is that either they got a bunch more in stock, maybe that they had made, and then they just decided to put them out there. And if it was a massive amount of if it would have been a massive amount of waitlist conversions, maybe they just didn't bother to, just bypass the emails and just put it back out there. I don't know. Could be, yeah, it could have been a ton of cancels too. That's also possible. It's so strange. It's so weird to me. I don't know why, but I mean, look, I'm not complaining, mind you. I was able to get my Clone Wars Palpatine. I'm able to get that Darth Sidious, the grin face one. I wanted that one. I'm not going to get the Wolfpack Trooper. I'm getting Wolf, but I'm not going to get the Wolfpack Trooper. I'm trying to downscale my Trooper collection. I've got a lot of clones. I mean, a lot of clones, and I need to. I've been selling them off a little bit here and there just because I need space. I'm sticking to named clones now. So like I have a couple of 501sts, the 501st clones, the deluxe ones, and I'm looking to move those. And because they're the 501st, but they don't have a head sculpt. They don't, and I also have the Coruscant guards, the red and white ones, and Commander Fox. And I'm looking to move those too, just because Fox doesn't have a head sculpt. He's a cool armor. I like the design of his armor with the Coruscant logo on it, and that whole thing. I think it looks cool, but again, he's not. He was cool in a couple of episodes, and he was in the show. He ended up kind of being a jerk. So I don't know if I want to, I don't want that kind of representation in my collection. But yeah, it's just interesting to me that that's happened. That they've been that things have been showing back up in stock. But I just thought it was an interesting point to bring up because I'm very curious as to what's been going on. I'm sure they're not overproducing these figures anymore. I think they've learned their lesson on that from COVID. So I think it has to be something like a ton of, like you said, Winman, like a ton of cancels. That's the only thing that makes sense. So maybe that's what it is. Who knows? It's all very interesting. It's all very, very interesting. And so lastly, one more thing that I wanted to put out there to everybody who rewatches this on the replay and couldn't be with us here today. Lay it on me. Let's hear it. What did you think of that Super Bowl Mandalorian and Grogu spot that they did where they're on the snow with the Tauntauns? I'm not thinking of it in terms of what did you think of it as a commercial or what did you think of it as a promo. I'm thinking, what did you think of it as a possible hint of things to come with figures? Could we be getting Tauntauns? If Tauntauns show up in Mandalorian and Grogu, is Hot Toys going to do Tauntauns? And is that something that we can actually see them doing? I can see them doing it. And the reason I can see them doing it is I have a 6 scale dewback that's sitting up there. And it's massive. It's bigger than the Tauntauns. So I think we're going to get Tauntauns. I really do. And if they do Tauntauns, will that goose them into making the Hoth, Han, and Luke that Sideshow did once, but Hot Toys has never touched? Do we dare to dream? I certainly do. What have we got here? So Winman says, I think with exclusives, there's a huge amount of folks getting caught up in the hype, of getting in the queue. Then they get shocked with the opportunity, and then it comes time to pay, and they pull the escape. Yeah, you know what? That's entirely possible. I wonder if there's a lot of, as some have put it, dry runners in the queue who actually end up buying or pre-ordering a thing but then making the decision closer to its release or not long after its release to abandon it. It's entirely possible. That's definitely a good that's a good theory. I think you might be onto something there for sure. And as for the taunt, yeah, if the movie hits. But I don't know. I think it could see, here's the thing. It was a throwback to those Budweiser beer commercials. That was the gag. That was the whole point. That was the joke of it, which I thought it was funny. But they did full CG renderings, animated and everything, of realistic like film quality tauntauns again. So they've got that. They've done it. It's been done. They exist now as a thing. We know that Mando does, from at least I think I'm right. If I'm wrong, one of you let me know. But the fact that I'm pretty sure he is going to be on Hoth for a point in this at some point in this movie. And I'm pretty sure that he is. I think that was the hint of that, the fact that they were putting tauntauns in there with him and Grogu. I don't think that scene is going to be from the movie, what they did there. I don't think it's that. But I do feel like there's going to be tauntauns. I do feel like it's going to be tauntauns. And I do think it's going to be Hoth. I think they're going to be on Hoth. But yeah, if they do tauntauns, I'm getting 2 of them. I have to. There's really no other choice for me. I got to get 2 because I need to have them ready to go if they ever do Hoth, Han or Luke, or both. I would imagine they will. I would think there's too much, to let that go. But at the same time, you never know. But even if they don't, tauntauns are OT. So I'm getting them. Anything original trilogy, I will get. Flat out. Without I'm not qualifying that with anything. If it's original trilogy, I'm gonna get it. I'm praying that they do Jabba the Hutt. I really hope that there's a Hot Toys is gonna do Jabba the Hutt with the medical grade silicone. Oh my god. That would be amazing. Yeah, it does. I'm actually excited for it too. I think it looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun. I trust Jon Favreau. He's earned my trust when it comes to Star Wars. I'm not one of these people that's going, oh, it's going to suck. It's going to be bad. It's going to be this. It's going to be that. I don't know. I have not read a script. I've not seen any behind the scenes footage that has me worried. It seems like it's going to be a fun movie. That's all I want out of it. As long as, it's a fun movie that's going to be in Star Wars and it's going to be entertaining. That's what I want. And it's during the time period where everything was still good in Star Wars. It was right after the fall of the Empire. Well, Kenner did that. Do you remember? There was a Kenner one that you could stuff Luke inside. They both had the hatch on the back, so you could sit them on the backs, your action figures. But I remember one having a trapdoor. I forget what it was, but they did it. If Kenner's going to do it, then Hot Toys. Okay, this message is directly for Howard. Howard, if you're going to do tauntauns, have a deluxe version where the belly can be opened up and we can put Luke in there. Please, please. I'm begging you. But if not that, at least give us Leia. You know which one. Prisoner Leia, we'll call her, because you can't say anything else anymore. So we'll say Prisoner Leia. Hutt Slayer Leia, whatever the action figure I think they called it. But yeah, Yeah, they did. It was like back in it was in the 80s. It was like yeah, you want that one too. Come on. But yeah, that would be a sneaky 2-pack. Yeah, it's there's a lot of things they can do. There's a lot of things they can do. And we've got anniversaries coming up, like literally one after the other. So we've already seen the quarter scale Han Solo that they're gonna have out in the 50th anniversary year. So next year. We know there's gonna be more than that. There will be 6 scale. There will be I believe there's going to be at least one other quarter scale. I believe there's a Chewie coming to go with that Han. And yes, I will have that. I know. I know I have a problem. I'm well aware of that. Do I eat? Or no, I'm kidding. But yeah, like we know they're going to go all in for the 50th of A New Hope. Or I'm just going to say it's the 50th anniversary of Star Wars, period, because it all started then. So it's the 50th anniversary of A New Hope, Star Wars. They're going to go all in for that. I'm 100% certain. There'll be 2.0s like crazy for that, I think. But you know what? In 2030, three short years later, we're going to get the 50th anniversary of The Empire Strikes Back. And then in 2033, 3 years after that, we're going to get the 50th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. It's very possible, I think, that we are going to get for the Return of the Jedi anniversary a Jabba the Hutt with the medical grade silicone that poses much more fluidly. You can pose the tail, you can move his arms, you can probably have his tongue hanging out if you want. And I think we're going to get that Leia. I really do. The fact that they already have us we're getting the Leia in the Bosch disguise. So that's one right there, which yes, of course I've got that one pre-ordered. That was a no-brainer. But when you've got all these anniversaries coming up, these are the kinds of things that they get into people's minds, and they get, Howard thinking. And I'm sure he starts looking at them from the perspective of what figures can we do? What can we 2.0 and do with the better technology that we have now? What can we do better? What haven't we done yet that we can do? All of these things are points to ponder, because anniversaries tend to breed these kinds of decisions when it comes to what they're going to produce. So I think they're coming. I think we're going to get Tauntauns. I think that commercial was a sneak peek to show that Hoth is going to be involved in the movie in some way. And I think we're going to see Tauntauns in the movie. And I think Howard is going to be all over that. I really do. I have no doubt in my mind. He's going to have all kinds of ideas, things to do. I want him to do all of it. Howard, do all of it. That's what we want. That's what we want as fans. That's what we want. Like, as major Star Wars fans, he's a massive Star Wars fan, like the rest of us. And that's what we want. We want all of those things. And I want him to continue the Legends line. I need him to continue the Legends line. I'm going to be doing a couple of videos coming up soon. One of them is going to be about my Lord Starkiller, which is finally arriving. And yes, that's very late. I know. It's finally arriving. I should have it on Monday, and I'll do a video for that, just so I'll show you guys. And I'll do a who is Lord Revan, like I've been doing with the other Legends characters. For those of you out there who are too young to really remember the dark times of Star Wars after Return of the Jedi, before Phantom Menace, there was 16 years where we had no movies, no TV shows. It was all just books. It was all comic books, video games. That was our Star Wars for 16 years. Yeah. Absolutely, I want a Mara Jade. I want Mara Jade 110%. I want Dash Rendar. I want um, uh, Prince Shizor. I want Luke in that. I want Luke in that vest outfit that he's wearing from Shadows of the Empire. I love that look. That's such a cool look for him. And I want stuff from the comics. I want XR Kun. Uh, you know, well, that depends if you really consider that to be Star Wars. The sequels for me, it's an alternate timeline. I don't look at them as real. I just don't. I know there are people, I'm sure there are fans of the sequels. I know there are fans of the sequels. I am not one of them. Mainly because they burned me. I actually enjoyed Force Awakens, but I thought there was a plan, and it wasn't until after it was all said and done that they admitted that they didn't have a plan for a trilogy. They were doing a choose your own adventure Star Wars thing, which I'm not going to go on a tangent with that. I'm not going to rant. The ranting is done. Those movies do not exist to me as actual canon. They just don't. So yeah. But yes, you could consider this as a dark time right now, and to some extent, not entirely. I think there are definitely bright spots in Star Wars right now, things that I'm looking forward to. Yeah, yeah. I'm a it has its there are some warts to it, but I really enjoyed Ahsoka. There's the show. I really like the Ahsoka show. I'm a fan of the character. I loved The Mandalorian, the first 2 seasons. The 3rd season, I liked parts of it, not all of it. There are definitely some clear examples of studio interference during that 3rd season that are really unfortunate. And while I think things could have been handled differently, I also did like the Obi-Wan show. I didn't. For me, that show was always about the fight between Obi-Wan and Vader, and I got that, and I enjoyed that a lot. I loved the drama of it. So I don't. Yeah, I don't have a bad taste in my mouth for Obi-Wan. Book of Boba Fett, I liked most of it. Some of it was also not great, but it wasn't awful. It wasn't terrible. And we also got it gave us we were able to see that that it did in fact show proof of concept for a digitally de-aged Luke Skywalker and how that could work in live action. Like, we only got a bit of him at the end of season 2 of The Mandalorian, but then that Mando-centric episode of Book of Boba Fett, we got Luke training Grogu. That was like it looked like they filmed it 50 or 1980 or 83, 43 years ago. It looked amazing, and it proved that you can actually do it. So I mean, I'm not. Yeah, I haven't seen that. I know of it, but I haven't seen the film edit version. I've been told that it's really good. I would like to watch that actually. But yeah, it's a hard. It's easy to be doom and gloom about Star Wars right now. I think it takes a lot more to see. Yeah. Oh, please. Yes, please do, because I definitely want to watch that. Yeah. It's easy to dump on things when it's not going exactly as you like. But I think we need to remember that it's still fun. It's supposed to still be fun, right? If it's not fun, then what's the point? I mean, I know it's trite to say it, and you hear it a lot of, you know, if you don't like it, don't watch. And that's true. That's exactly the way it should be. If it's something you're not interested in, don't feed it your time. And you know, you don't have to. I don't like what Disney has done to Star Wars for the most part, at least in terms of the films. And for me, I'm capable of just separating those from canon, because they take place so many years removed from Return of the Jedi that you can kind of just bin them and not even worry about it. For me, the Heir to the Empire trilogy is the sequel trilogy, and it always will be. Those 3 books, that's the sequel trilogy to Star Wars, not the Disney Star Wars. There's going to be Star Wars, and then there's Disney Star Wars. Disney Star Wars, for the most part, some of it you can take it or leave it. It's not good in the sense that it doesn't impact anything. If you want to ignore it, you can ignore it and go on with Legends, because Legends honestly has come up with some of the best characters, the best storylines, the kind of thing that you can still identify with, like you did with Star Wars back in the day, more so than what the movies we got for the sequel trilogy have done. And that's just it. Exactly. I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, you can't. It's just that. Unless you want to just get in wine and make stuff up, which is what I think happens a lot in those circles. But yeah, it's like I said, the Legends stuff is where it's at, I think, in the future, going for the future of Star Wars. And I want Howard to keep going with that line for the figures, because they are awesome. And yes, a Mara Jade, an Ulic Keldroma, Exar Kun. I'm going to see this is going back. Those 2 are going back to the Tales of the Jedi comics from like the 90s. If you've not read those, read them. They're really good. You know, Bane, Darth Bane, Darth Malgus, like all the stuff from the Knights of the Old Republic video game, those characters, Bastila Shan, HK-47. There's so much he could do. And that's what I want. I want that. And I'm praying that he's going to give us that, because those are the figures that we want as collectors, as Star Wars collectors. I don't have a single sequel trilogy figure in my collection anymore. One time I had the Han and Chewie. Mainly I did that because it's Harrison Ford, and I love everything Harrison Ford. So I had to get it. But beyond that, that was it. And I got rid of them. And that's why I don't have them anymore. But that's okay. So at any rate, as I can see, my wife has returned. So I'm going to sign off, because we've been going for just over 2 hours now. And yeah.
Dinner time.
Dinner time.
Let's go.
So anyway, thank you all for joining me tonight. It's been fun. I was glad to have company for a while, and glad to finish off with you guys. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to be all right. Thanks, Winman. Appreciate you. Thank you for coming again. And yes, Renz, it's time to eat. But yeah, as I said, I'm still trying to get the subscribers up. So make sure, if you haven't already, please like this video. Hit that like button. Both of you. I can see you. Hit the like button. And if you aren't already, subscribe. You know, share this video out. Let people know that I'm looking for friends. Please be my friend. Anyway, all right. This was a good time. Thanks, guys. And we will see you all next time that I do a live stream, I will make a post and you will hear about it. And also as I was saying, I'm going to be doing a video for Savage Press and Lord Starkiller, and those are going to come out. I'll probably do them next week because I'll have another couple of days off from work during the week, and I'll be able to do the videos. So I will see you all then. Remember, it's not the years, it's the mileage.